I don't claim Columbus Day. I mean, it's like choose your own adventure day, and yeah, yep. Slash slash. Yeah, I agree. Exactly. Yeah. Um, yeah. Well, if anyone has anything to bring up during Indigenous Peoples Day, the floor is yours. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Uh, yeah. You know, I just looked up for shits and giggles atrocities from Cuntolumbus, Cuntalumbich, is that what we're calling them. And I don't even know if I can repeat these on YouTube. Yeah, but this is talking about R words and like cutting things off people. Um, how about we just read it together? How about that? I don't think I can get banned for reading together, right? So let's uh, let's read together, shall we? Um, so why do we celebrate this? That paragraph is horrific. Yeah, let's name a fucking holiday after this asshat. All right, let's. Why? Wow. 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 50,000 indigenous folks. 50,000. Mm-hmm. He was funded. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did y'all read that on there? Exhausted indigenous carriers, chained by the neck, had their heads severed so they don't have to stop. They just. Wow. Wow. Well, that is. Wow. Oh, so you're conservative. What do you have on your forehead, Megan? Oh. Smoke. What? That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Yeah, we can dive into that. I don't know about that. Trina. Hey, Trina, have you been on the Discord? So, do me a favor. I made you something. Oh, I swear to God. So go into general chat and then type exclamation mark Trina. Enter. I've learned how to macro. Y'all should all be scared. I'm scared. That's right. That's right. Trina. It's not me, it's a robot. That's your background. Oh, Lord. I did. I did. Also, if you type in exclamation mark POTUS, something else pops up too. Jasmine 2024. So we got a whole link on there. Uh-oh, we're having a desktop channel issue. Hold on.
Actually, I usually wake up at like 5:55 to check in at 6, and then I go back to bed.
Okay, I
And then
think I fixed
until like 10.
YouTube. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. I just put that confession on the internet.
If I can't see a channel, does that mean that I am not in that channel?
Or it's collapsed.
Okay.
It's collapsed. What channel are you looking for that you can't see?
BLM. I don't think I have any of them collapsed though.
Yeah, let me
Hold
look.
on.
Let me look.
I don't think I got in.
I see you in there. Who else didn't get in?
Amen.
Yeah.
So with the BLM room, I actually had a little difficulty finding it on my phone yesterday too. Even though like all of the other channels popped up, I had to like root around and dig for that one. So I don't know if that has like any relevance, but it did just like it's not just there on the list with the rest of them.
Yeah, it's not on the list.
So make sure that your windows are not collapsed. Let me show you real quick. So I'm going to pause the YouTube live stream. I know that we just got back on YouTube, but I'm gonna pause the video so I can show y'all real quick. Share. Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I matter
Here's
on this
one,
anyway.
right? So these little buttons, like, so for example, under mutual aid, if you click that and then click community channels and then click empowerment, and then so you can collapse all these channels.
Yeah, I know.
When somebody
BLM
writes
was I opened them all, like they weren't collapsed, and I couldn't find BLM. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
I eventually found it, but it wasn't just like I had to keep like playing around with the list over and over again, and eventually it popped up.
Allie had an issue with that too, and I ended up having to kick her and then re-invite her. Discord can be a little finicky. I see you here in the list. So these are the only people that are allowed in this channel right now. So yeah, I see the list. So keep me posted if it keeps happening.
Will do.
Keep me posted. Okay. For a little while you could only hear me, but now you hear everyone. Good. Yeah. Sorry. I did a little changes on here. Second week that we're doing the Zoom stream, so we're still finding bugs.
I love that smoke. I love that.
What's that?
Smoke. You see her background?
Oh, yeah. That's so
Yeah. That's why my hands raised is so you guys could see it bigger. So yeah, that's the stickers she slapped on the damn desk, and she had to put her tablet in front of her face because she was trying not to laugh. She didn't want to give it away who done it because she knew she'd be in trouble, but she don't give a shit. And so maybe he'll take that tumbler and not have it in class anymore because she has over 100 of these fuckers.
Everything about this except for it's a Samsung. That's it.
Look at your background. My God, I can't take y'all anywhere.
Lower hand. All right.
Okay, no, pineapple, cotton, flower, whatever the safe word is. No, Katrina, no, and no. I love you so much. I love you so much, but no. Hard limits, no. Pineapple.
Put up the O face. Put up the O face.
Put up the O face. So I don't know what to do in this situation if everyone does the O face.
You guys are such haters.
You know, it's a coloring book.
I don't care. He can color all of it here. All it is.
All right, so what's the topic, y'all?
Leave that man's taste nipples alone.
Haley, are you trying to cut off my conversation about me and my man?
Absolutely.
There was no shame on that community support.
There we go.
Hey, sir, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm hiding out.
I hear you.
Actually, I'm a little blue today, but that's okay. I'm going to hang around you guys.
Don't be blue when you could be in a room with blue.
Exactly.
That's exactly.
Good
Makes
point.
it so much better.
Good point.
So,
Yeah, last week was kind of a hell week, and I just decided to give myself a mental break.
Yeah. That's good to do. It's good to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a dumb question. Who was the Jemmy person? Did they ever make it in?
I didn't
I was
see
wondering
them
about
as
them
part of the
too.
Discord.
Yeah.
I saw them trying to come in, but it wasn't successful, so I was wondering.
Okay.
Sarah, how can we help you feel supported this week?
Oh, it's funny. Last week was just hard because I got real unsupported by my admin. Someone stole my phone from my classroom, and it was pretty clear who did it. Everybody kind of knew, but I had to come in, and not that I mind, because I don't want her to feel bad, but I had to come in and have a conversation and pretend like none of it happened and let her know she was going to be okay and not be picked on, and that I was going to be nice to her and all that. which wasn't real hard. I mean, I am, she was. And then another kid decided that she needed to look at me and tell her to get the fuck away from her. And then continue on her rant and kind of be a bit intimidating and stuff. And my admin was kind of like, when she went down there, the admin let her sit in her office and read her book and sent her back to class the next day. And she wouldn't speak to me the next day. She went and sat in a corner, and then she got mad and went to the principal and said I told her to sit in the corner. So I decided I just didn't want to see anybody at that school today.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Sorry you went through that.
Yeah, and it just happens sometimes, and it all works out in the end. I'm usually fine in the end. But
My associate named MIMS says to act your wage. Now, I'm not going to tell people what you do, Sarah, but the amount of stress that you under for what I know in the region you live in is not enough to put up with that stress that way. I'm just saying, this is MIMS words. I'm just repeating them.
I think I know them. MIMS.
I think I know them too. They're from somewhere.
I think they used to be on TikTok, but the TikTok assholes, the moderators. I don't know.
I miss their faces on TikTok.
I miss being on TikTok. I'm gonna be going live on TikTok on Wednesday. So it's when all the violations.
And go live. They even told me I could have people in with me.
Oh, nice.
But man,
Washington
all
fucking
people.
Irving.
I can't get the extra money that I'm allowed to get.
What?
Washington Irving. That's who wrote the book, the original biography of Christopher Columbus, which was originally started as Columbus.
I'm just messaging my student success person.
Columbus fucking Celebration Day or some crap like that. Before it was eventually created by FDR into Columbus Day.
I don't want to just go through class.
So if anybody asks, it was Washington Irving wrote a
not learn
basically
anything,
fictional
not be able
book
to go on
about Christopher
certification.
Columbus that was used.
So
to
you
create
quit in
Columbus.
school?
I'm gonna have to.
Isn't he the same dude who
Yes.
wrote like the Halloween stuff, like Ichabod
Yes.
Crane and
The
okay,
very same.
fuck him. Sorry.
Wow.
I'm so done.
So anybody that wants to be like, no, it's official. No, hit them with that real quick fact. No. Washington Irving was very serious about better treatment of Italian Americans in America to get included with the, let's say, caucus, and created the blueprint for lobbying, which would be used by the Knights of Columbus to lobby FDR to create Columbus Day. Fun stuff.
Yeah. I still can't get over the fact that they made it a slash day. Like
Right.
Columbus slash.
Have you met the non-melanated MIMS?
I mean,
but like for real, no, but like you can't say I can't believe you've met white people. Y'all, not you, but this shit happens all the time. We ask for equality, they be like, we're gonna consider putting Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill. You know, like the slash is very on
and they give us Juneteenth.
What's that?
I said we asked for equality and they gave us Juneteenth. Which
now they're even trying to vote to take it away.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, why should they get a holiday? And it's like, it's to celebrate the delayed end of slavery, right? Yeah, but why should they get a holiday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you just want to be mad? Okay, gotcha. Cool.
I'm just saying, if it's Juneteenth and you really want to recognize the holiday, then white people should have to go to work while we stay home. I'm just
Agreed.
saying.
Ooh, I like that one.
I like that one.
No, because sometimes I have sex with white people and I need them to have the same days off that I do.
It's just one day.
It's just one day. Trina's out of luck.
Yeah.
And then, Spina, were your neighbors mad at Sean?
I don't know. Talk to them assholes.
What happened?
They went to the wrong door.
Oh.
Wait, y'all all hung out without us?
Right. Now I'm feeling some type of
What?
way.
How did you miss that, Mel?
This is why I'm sad I
knew
live
it
in
was happening,
Kentucky
but
and not North Carolina.
I'm here.
So y'all hung out, huh?
And Sean brought me and the kids food.
That's so good.
And
That's so
there's
good.
which was, and I'm so grateful that they did that because we were able to eat on that all weekend. I was sick.
Oh, good. Oh, no.
But yeah, everyone is better. Thank God. My daughter's home today because of that colonial dude, that colonizers day. So yeah.
We don't have colonizers day off.
Yeah, I don't either. I have to work.
We're home today.
We don't either.
North Carolina gave the thing. They did that on Friday. Gave them a teacher's work day on Friday.
Not Friday either. They just don't recognize it.
Yeah,
We have the day off today.
Hey, I think we should take school day off.
I think it's county, not. I think it's school by school. County by county or whatever. Yeah.
Our public school is out today, but I'm homeschooling, so we don't recognize this day. We don't care.
My daughter's in school today. Polk County did not take off, but Highlands County took off, which is on border Highlands Polk. So like, yeah, my kids my kid is in public school. So
isn't that weird?
Can we just
my
make sure
son
that-
is in school, and actually, as a state worker, we don't recognize today either. So that's I guess that's good.
And that's
but
why
yeah.
you need to get into banking. We take every holiday, even shit that ain't real. We'll make it up. We shut it down. But
Right.
more importantly, real quick, can everybody just
Flag
make
Day
sure that
and
they
shit.
eaten food, consumed their medicines, and hydrated? I'm about to do that myself. So
Hydrate, y'all. Hydrate.
and take that birth control because I'm not giving no tax credits out for dependents, like dead ass. You got options now.
I can't have no babies.
Until you can, there's a whole book, a mythological text that says people in your age range, Sarah, just be popping them out.
Listen,
I got the hysterectomies. I can't do it.
Listen, Sarah, I don't know if you understand how Jesus works. You don't need a uterus or consenting anything to have a human. We'll just put it in there.
With the
I ain't doing it then.
UBI and the reparations alone, I get a tax return every month, so I'm good.
No, so Charlie, I really think you should try that worksheet. It's even better than that. You guys, I'm like crunk today. I'm so crunk because Americans always bitch about taxes.
Get out of the room.
Oop, what? Get out of the what room? We got to run? What happened?
What is he burning? Why are you just randomly just burning
Yard debris.
Yeah, I got debris. I had to cut. I cut down. So mom had a huge tree that fell down, and I have a few trees that I just took down. So I'm burning getting rid of all of it.
Got it. Okay.
I know what he's doing. I'm here for it. I was gonna mute you, but I'm like, you know what? The crackling of the fire might be a nice touch.
He is forever doing something outside. Last week he was doing a lawn.
It takes a lot to manage property that size.
Oh yeah,
it's constant.
That's why.
Constant.
I just want to point out though, when I'm elected, that's going to be a job opportunity for somebody else. So you, the individual, don't have to do it.
What if we want to?
You would contact the stewards of the land and ask to go through the training program.
Cool.
And then you would volunteer that way.
Perfect. I want to.
It is.
I want to. I love nature.
Yep. It isn't. I don't. I'm counting on people like you to get me through.
Because I would happily mow my lawn, my neighbor's lawn, my other neighbor's lawn, and my other neighbor's lawn. That's just fun for me.
Let me clarify. We will pay you to do this.
Yeah, if you pay me to see, I would do it for free because
no. So we're paying you because
if you're gonna pay me, that's even fucking better.
No, we're gonna pay you. We are going to pay.
I'll make sure all the trees are healthy. I'll make sure all the grass is right. I'll go around and I'll be the sprinkler of native.
It comes out better though. Think about it like that. If you have one person doing. Now your neighborhood is cohesive.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have mixed. It's better. It just works out better if we incentivize people to just take care of their own shit.
My neighbor's gonna be so mad. The amount of pesticides that he puts in his lawn. Just
Oh
to
yeah,
make
he's
it
gonna be
look
pissed.
green
That's going away.
and lush, and
I can't wait
he spends so
until
much
all of those
time and
people
energy
get
and
big
gas
mad.
to like aerate the lawn.
He gonna be so mad.
They gonna be big mad.
And I'm
And
sitting
they
here
keep
just
saying they
sprinkling
big
clover
ears.
across the whole lawn. I'm like, grow, motherfucker. I want like a yard of clover. You know what I mean? I want like a yard of native small.
The goal is to convince people to take clover and actual vegetables and put them in your yard instead of grass in general. If you've got to have the green shit, use clover. But if you're open to being a source for community, that's an extra incentive. I'm just saying, y'all, it is going to be like, that's part of the reason, like, as much as I'm like, in this new tax code, nobody who makes under 41,000 will have to pay taxes. It's literally impossible in America to make less than 41,000 once we're elected. My bad, Smoke.
You're all good. You're all good. No, he says it's a lot of maintenance to take care. We have 1.25 acres, and we finally. So we used to be Disney pass holders, and they have this ride called Living with the Land at Epcot. Well, if you take the Behind the Seeds tour, which is like $20, they teach you how to live with your yard, with the native species of plants and trees and stuff like that, which is what we've incorporated into our home. Is living with the land instead of against it and dumping pesticides and all this other shit that's not good for the earth, you know. And Disney has some sort of coalition with the Seminole tribe where they teach you how to live with Florida native plants that's specific to your area and stuff. So it's yeah, but it is a lot of work, but it pays off when you see a ton of butterflies in your yard, eating off the pretty
more bees and
bees. Exactly, yeah, because we live in the middle of an orange grove, so it's okay. That's all I wanted to say.
Blue.
Just curious if anybody else has heard anything about supposedly requiring permits for like vegetable gardens.
Permits
My children's father said something about that the other day to my youngest, and I haven't done any real research on it, but because he's a homesteader as well, but he's in Utah. So I don't know if that's something that
you're very quiet. Permits for what?
Personal vegetable gardens.
Personal vegetable gardens.
Yes.
I haven't had anything come across that in my area.
I never heard of that.
But don't repeat it too much because somebody is like taking notes. Like, good idea.
Yeah, here in Florida, if you're outside the city limit like we are, you do not have to have a permit. I don't know what it is inside city limits because I don't live there, but I have a friend who does live in Avon Park who has a garden, and she hasn't mentioned nothing about permits. So I don't think that applies here in Florida.
I know here in Tennessee, out here where I live in rural areas, you can have chickens and free roam your chickens, but if you're inside the city limits, which a lot still is, a lot of Sevierville is still pretty rural. But if you're inside of the city limits itself, you can't actually like have chickens at all, which is, I think, kind of like really weird. There's still a lot of people that are in, that are technically in Sevierville city limits, but they live literally not too far from me. But I can have chickens here in free roam, but they can't even have chickens like literally like maybe a few miles down the road.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Zoning laws still boggle my mind sometimes. Mike.
Yeah.
It's a scam that older people bought into, and you just want to look at them and be like, are you dumb? You know the answer to that.
My bad, Mims. I didn't know that you could hear me typing. I was trying to type something in the chat. For my
It's all good. It's all good. I heard it sounded like Space Invaders, and I was like, I'm just gonna
click, 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 click.
Yeah. What's up, Mikey?
Yeah, Oh, I'm good, man. Good. A little tired. Only had a little bit of sleep, but that's what you do when you got to do what you do.
Significant other get where they were going safely?
Yeah. That's why I jumped off there for a second. She called me to say I landed in Oklahoma. Blah blah blah. She always calls me to either show me her hotel room, how cool and nice it is, or the rental car. This time she said, "God, look at this rental car."
Yeah.
2022 Nissan Rogue.
Assassin checking in with their handler. I got you, Mikey.
Yeah, but no, like in this part of Texas, I don't know how it is in other parts of Texas. I'm sure it's pretty close to the same, but like you can, the whole chicken thing. The only thing I don't agree with the chicken part is the neighbor has a butt ton of chicken. They give you a tax incentive, I guess, or something. They take a little bit off your taxes if you have more than a certain amount of chickens. So my neighbor's got probably 30 of them, and it's all good. Chickens, I love chickens. I love what they do for everything, but I don't love that they tear up my anything, my garden, my fruit trees, they'll dig up brand new. I planted this awesome tangerine tree. Nope, 3 days later, they already dug it up.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
My
that.
question is with Texas, you can have as many chickens as you want, but you're only limited to 6 dicks.
Right.
Yeah.
Six plastic dicks.
Yeah.
Yep. Or glass or wood
They're
or whatever your
withholding
preference
those
is.
cocks.
And you know what? I don't even know if it's limited. I think I was trying to look it up because me and my wife were wondering. I think it actually has to do with any kind of toy. Like if a man had 7, let's say, pocket pussies or whatever. I think it goes both ways. I think it's any kind of more than 6. Yeah.
More than 6
be a little misandrous.
So the law is that more than 6.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter what parts it fits. If you have more than 6 adult toys in the state of Texas, this was recently argued again in 2013. Right. If you have more than 6, you are putting yourself at risk for penalties.
Yeah, I watched this guy. I can't remember who he is. I'll have to look on him. He's somewhere on my TikTok.
Definitely.
But he does the weird laws in Texas thing. So and he does goes to different counties. Like you can't cross the street on a Sunday afternoon carrying a cup of tea there's actual laws that they have for those kind of things.
And just to point out, though, people in Oklahoma don't laugh.
Do you have more than 6? Do you have more than 6?
Yeah. I do. I have 14.
Excuse me, ma'am.
We were talking about this on the chat a while ago, and all the questions that everybody had. I was all like, man, if I had enough money and if somebody was like, my neighbor was shitty enough, I would like hide a whole bunch of like dildos everywhere and just be like, hey,
an
local law enforcement, so-and-so has this, but it's all over their properties, and then make them go like Easter egg hunting for days.
I love that.
Sex toy
just remember though, this one
I got one.
So this one is actually for you to protect yourself. If you get drunk in Oklahoma, people are allowed to perform or make you perform, manipulate your body parts to perform oral coitus, and it is not counted as assault in any way because you were drunk. Like you can walk by and drop it in. It's not assault.
Ears? So like, people can grab your ears if you're drunk.
People can grab your ears, open your jaw, and manipulate you without your consent. And because you are drunk, that is not a crime.
What state am I not visiting?
Oklahoma. But don't worry. I plan when I go to Oklahoma to get a lot of people drunk and just start sitting around.
Throwing hot dogs in there.
Yeah, that's funny. I did see that in some small local news stuff, you know.
What the hell, man?
It's very Oklahoma, though.
It actually has to do with the fact that you're
illegal.
You can't consent because you're passed out drunk. You can't. So
in the state of Tennessee, it's illegal to walk around with a ice cream cone in your back pocket. There you go. Welcome to Texas. Welcome to Tennessee.
It's illegal in Texas to take more than 3 sips of beer while standing up.
Yes, that's one of those ones I saw that guy was saying about.
Right. In Montana, it's
to
illegal.
dust a public building with a feather duster.
Good job, buddy.
What's the story behind that?
It's illegal to emit obnoxious odors in an elevator. The phrasing of that one. Yikes.
Like Ted Cruz?
There's a county here in California where if you don't have a horse, it is illegal to claim yourself to be a cowboy and wear a cowboy hat. That one's always fun.
Where's Brayden? Oh, wait, you can spell him. He didn't do.
Hold on, y'all.
I have a question.
Yes.
I've noticed that because I have a lot of third-party stuff on my Facebook page, that I end up getting a huge amount of Republican advertisements. Does that happen to other people?
Yes. It's also Facebook.
Yeah.
So Facebook.
I'm sorry. I don't go
kind
on.
of TikTok-y.
Facebook is thirsty, bro. Facebook is
Call it
thirsty.
face talk.
I have
Yeah,
not
I don't really do Facebook.
in months. I don't even go on it. It's just there.
Yeah.
But they message me every day to tell me that I have notifications. And I've turned off the notifications and they still send me a message, like a text message.
I'm on Facebook
Every day.
now under MIMS, by the way. So if anyone wants to join Facebook and start fucking with them, let's fucking go, man. I'm ready.
What's anime memes?
I'm down.
I'm down. I don't get on.
I'm
like
on
I said,
Facebook too.
I don't
There's a-
do Facebook very much. They ended up hitting me with some violations from a post that I posted 2 years ago, and then they hit me again with another one that I posted like a year ago, and I got banned completely on Facebook. And they also took down my my Oculus as well. So I had Oculus tied to it, and I lost all the money of all the games that I ever did. They took it all away. I'm so mad. I'm still so
What
mad.
douchebags?
I have
That
an
is
Oculus
not
too.
bad.
We could play together.
Not anymore. I can't even fucking use it. It's
You want to sell your old Oculus?
Maybe I might.
I got banned from Facebook for telling a lady who was defending Ashley Babbitt.
Yeah.
I told her that she was a traitor and her forefathers would put her to death. And I got banned off Facebook.
That was a little extreme though, Charlie. Do you see where you went wrong?
No, I said the truth.
But how? Think about it. Ashley Babbitt was already dead. Nothing that person could say will bring them back.
She was a traitor. She's a traitor. She was
Ashley
defending
Babbitt, totally treasonous. I'm just talking about the next person you wish death on.
I didn't wish death on her. I told her her forefathers would put her to death because she's a traitor.
No,
She'd been called by her forefathers.
But they
She'd have been in
wouldn't
the same
because
trouble.
the forefathers were genocidal maniacs as well. Remember
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus?
This is what I
Yeah,
got.
let's not forget, it's not like the Constitution was a unanimous decision.
This is what I got banned
What do
for here.
Wait, what do you mean, Sean?
The
Are you
Constitution was
saying-
debated for multiple weeks, if not months. Like people disagreed upon it. There were people that wanted to stay with the monarchy. So
Yep.
the same way there would be people defending not having America be its own country, there's people defending sedition and treasonous activities. Like they're always going to exist. I'm not saying you shouldn't fight them, but it's not crazy to realize that people like that exist in society.
It's not the way you repeated it. You didn't have punctuation when you repeated it, so we can't tell where you said your ancestors were X. You should have X. Like there was no punctuation. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Smoke.
Okay. But the premise of the comment, obviously I'm just going off by saying it, was basically saying that you are a traitor and your forefathers would have hung you. Because that's what they wanted done to traitors, correct?
So factually, the sentiment is correct, but factually, no, because their forefathers were technically traitors already. That would have encouraged treasonous behavior. But this ain't a problem with you, Charlie. This the public school system fucking people up. They got you spouting lies and propaganda.
To treasonous, elitist, treasonous haters. Yeah.
Smoke.
Yeah. My God, my mind keeps going blank. Jesus Christ. So I took my hand down the first time. Then I remembered it, and now I forgot it again. So shit. It had to do with the public school system, but I forget. Never mind.
Well,
I'll raise it again when I remember.
Yeah. Just raise it again when you remember. Did y'all see that screen? This thing? So this is what I got banned for on YouTube.
Yeah, I was reading that. I was reading that.
So, as somebody that's been in theater, as somebody that's been a techie and even performed in theater, also been on stage a couple of times, there is no reason for the stage to be like that.
Yeah, no.
No reason. It makes no fucking sense. No.
Oh, absolutely no reason.
So yeah.
They knew what they were doing.
They knew exactly what they were doing. Smoke. You're muted.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, so talking about a ban. I was banned for 7 days about a month ago. Some old lady found out my daughter is a lesbian that goes to her granddaughter's school. And she didn't want my daughter around her. And she's the old thumper, boomer. And she's threatened to call the school to raise Cain about my daughter. And I told her, I said, you interrupt my daughter's life in school, I will claw your eyes out of your skull. And I got banned. Which, still rings true. And I called the school. They said they hadn't heard from her. I was like, she better not.
The adequate response to me.
I'm not looking forward to those interactions in my little one's school. I also plan on being a lot more active in the school community, so I'm planning on being present, making sure that people are being held accountable and no crazy shit's going to be happening at our school. Because
have you seen those school board meetings where they're trying to remove, let's say, classes on race, and they're really attacking the whole CRT boogeyman full on? Yeah, there's a page on TikTok that audits the school board meetings, so it actually shows what's happening in the entirety, and they're on some shit.
Yeah, they are. It's scary watching some of those. It's scary.
Have you guys heard of Moms for Liberty?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Moms for Liberty has infiltrated my school district, and she's slated to win a spot on the school district board. And it's fucking scary, yo. I'm like,
what is Moms for Liberty? Can you explain that to me?
How about
it's essentially Turning Point USA, but for school council boards, but Turning Point USA essentially.
Yes. I had originally was slated. I was on the book reading committee because it's where we review the books for the school district and see if they get banned or not, which none of them have. But I ended up backing out because the leader of our book committee started getting death threats in the daylight outside her job. And I was like, you ain't harassing me in the streets like that. Like, I'll straight up punch you. Like, I don't care. So instead of, being permanently banned against holding any kind of board seat, I dipped out, given my resignation. I was like, I can't do this. They're going to start harassing my child at school. And she's not a fighter. She's not. She's a gentle giant. She does not she's autistic. I'm the fighter. Her bigger sister, who's actually the tiniest thing, will fight men. Okay. And she's gone up to the school before to defend her sister. So no, Moms for Liberty has infiltrated. I know some of y'all don't have children, but if you're paying taxes, you should really be paying attention to your school district and who's sitting on there. And yeah, it's fucking scary.
It's a non-profit.
Yeah, there's a bunch of moms on Facebook that are pretty much taking the critical race theory thing and running with it like chickens with their heads cut off.
Yeah, they had a Moms for Liberty they had a Moms for Liberty conference in Tampa about 2 or 3 months ago, and Ron DeSantis and his wife were there with their children in tow, and I'm like, oh hell no, y'all. It's
It costs $50 per membership.
I wonder where that money's going.
Oh, the expansion of it comes from Florida. Ron DeSantis and his re-election campaign. Oh my God.
I hate living here. I have a year and a half left on my house, and I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge. Just so y'all know that.
Come to North Carolina. Apparently, we're all here.
But we will.
No,
use
excuse
deadly
you,
force
not
if you try
everybody
to have
is
an
there.
abortion.
Not everybody. What was that, Jasmine?
Said, yeah, come to North Carolina where we will use deadly force if you try to, exercise healthcare.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Come to New York.
Well, as appealing as that sounds, POTUS, I think I will actually respectfully decline.
Hell no, don't go to New York. You'll have a whole pet living.
Hey, not too much, Trina.
Freaking
Take
have
it easy, you a snitch. All right?
Snitch living with you.
Mikey.
I was just laughing at myself. I was just gonna tell you guys a funny little story that kind of happened to me. So because I make T-shirts and stuff, and it actually I got the cool little bundle kit, where you can do the coffee cups, sublimation coffee cups, and then the plates, like you can put stuff on plates. While I was making this hat for my wife, she's like, honey, can you make me a Dollar Tree Family Dollar hat, for my cover? And and so we buy these hats, and we bought them at a Family Dollar, and she felt so bad because I went to make her a hat, and before I was setting it up, and I got everything all set up at the table, moved the heat press off and put on the hat press. And as soon as she came in and wanted to see how the heat press puts on the top of the ball cap, I just put the ball cap on there, and before we both know it, it melted the whole entire face of the ball cap. Because it's so good note that I now can't use anything that's polyurethane. It's polyurethane pretty much, which is plastic. But yeah, these hats I bought, I can't even use a single one of them. I mean, not that I paid a lot for them.
Yeah.
But she felt so bad. I was just thinking about it because I was putting the flat press back on, and but yeah. Then I have to clean with a special cleaner on that Teflon because that baseball cap.
Yeah, and that stuff is probably not great for your body.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to put a silver lining on it, but at least you didn't have a big ass order of hats. At least you didn't already commit to a huge chunk to only turn out that you can't even fucking do it.
Exactly. So I can like I said, we can make some hats too with your big old pumpkin on the front. That says MIMS. MIMS up the top.
I got a new hoodie. So new hoodie.
Nice.
Up on the back, it has the big pumpkin. It says, "Pipe down, the adults are talking."
That's right. I saw you that you had that. Pipe down. Pipe down.
Pipe down. I was thinking about making another T-shirt. My little one's like, I want one with a pumpkin. And I was like, what could I do to include small shirts? So I was thinking about having the big pumpkin and have it just say, "What's up, pumpkin?" and just leave it at that. So I think that might work.
That's a cool idea. What's up, pumpkin?
What's up, pumpkin? And then it kind of has a double meaning because, yeah.
Right, I'm working towards it. I want to get rid of this printer, and well, I'm not going to get rid of it. I'll still use it for sublimation, but you know, it's about the little kit I want because it comes with the baking oven too for the prints. So, but it does the full 17 inches wide by 19 inches long. But it's the full prints, like any color, anything, any background, any t-shirt. You know, it's pretty much a hyper. You know, so what your yours is made of right there on your shirt, your new shirt, same kind of material. It's not sublimation yet. It's not HTV.
Yeah.
It's called DTF, direct to film.
That's what I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it almost goes through a printer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm trying to work towards that, you know.
Those are expensive though. Those are expensive.
Yeah, 22. The one I'm looking at with the baking oven, you know, is about $2,200.
Ooh, yeah.
I know. Well, this printer right here was $400, and then you know the ink alone is, I don't know, another $250 worth of ink, and the papers, you know, another whatever.
Yeah.
And that's just the cheap version. That's not even the wide format one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope everybody had a good weekend. You know, for what
I felt like a heavy weekend. I don't know about y'all.
Right? A lot going on everywhere.
A lot happening.
News, media, local politics.
Well, does anyone have any? I'll open the floor if anyone has any topics they'd like to bring up or chat about.
Yeah, I do. My name is Katrina. I'm going to tell you what I have a problem with. I have a problem with a stupid person named Herschel Walker running for freaking Senate.
Why?
Why?
I know why, but why?
I think she's going to tell you.
I think she is too.
It's about to get real.
Okay, let me tell you.
Tell me.
Let me tell you why. Okay?
Tell us.
Because he reminds me of my fucking dad. Let me tell you why. I'm at my Kristen Herschel Walker's son moment. He reminds me so much of my dad, who has babies with all these different women and don't raise them. That's what my dad did. We just found out the beginning of this year that I have a 23-year-old brother. Herschel Walker tripped. And then on top of that, he's stupid. He's really, really stupid. Like, he's on the same level as Trump stupid. And the crazy thing about it that really pisses me off about everything is that all the women he has babies with are white. And then you go and look at the media who's calling these women skanks for getting pregnant by this stupid football player. This woman called them skanks. Not him. They called the women skanks. Herschel Walker.
But internalized misogyny is something that comes from religion. You can't have a God that hates women and expect to have a populace that loves women.
Ooh. Okay. You know what? On that note, whatever my POTUS said is so accurate.
No, but isn't that true? Like, their religion at the core hates women.
Yeah.
That's
at
so
the core.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody has phrased it so eloquently and directly.
That's what I said. You saw I got silent. What you said was so accurate. There's nothing else I need to say. Silence. Herschel Walker deserves to be in a blender somewhere. Oh God. Okay.
It is a masterclass in male privilege, though. Disgusting masterclass.
What is the Christian God's name?
Don't they just call him Jesus?
It's supposed to be Yahweh, or it's supposed to be Yahweh. But according to the Christian,
That's God the Son is Jesus or Yahweh. We're talking about the Father.
Yeshua, I've heard so many names.
My dad's name is Mr.
Yeah.
That's the only father I got.
Yeah, because every time I ask, they're like, it's God.
That's stupid.
Like, that's like saying it's, oh, my dad's name's Daddy. What's his
Well, because
name?
Okay, Daddy.
Yahweh.
Hey, Daddy, and a whole bunch of people like, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dad.
What's his name?
No, ma'am, Tina.
Daddy
Well,
Biden.
actually, I think originally it was Adonai, but I'm not sure.
That is
Way
Jewish
back.
blessed. Oh no. That is the Jewish term for God. But it's still not a name. That's something I didn't do on the Discord. I need to have
I call my daddy.
I need to have like Jews and you group or something. So I think I might be the only Jewish person in the Discord. I don't know.
Am I the only Asian person on the Discord?
I don't know.
My great great grandma.
Oh my God, am I white man?
Really weird.
Sorry, y'all.
So if anyone has any channels that they want me to add, there's no problem. We'll add them.
The only Caribbean person here?
Not.
Maybe.
Am I the only native?
No.
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
No, I'm part native, but not enough.
That was quick.
Y'all have any questions about the Asian community, Filipino, whatever? Put it in that chat, and I will answer them to the best of my abilities. If y'all need an Asian or Filipino supermarket, I got you.
Recipe for some good ponzit. Recipe for some good ponzit. Is it pronounced ponzit?
Pancit. So
Ponzit.
it's yes.
You know, the noodles and the veggies and the.
Honestly, that's the thing about pancit is that it is up to you.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Sort of like goulash.
Sort of. Yeah. I mean, like there's a basis to all of the pancit where it's noodles, then you have some vegetables, there's some broth of some sort, chicken. Sometimes I think you can use chicken broth, but some people do chicken, some people do pork, some people. That's the thing. That's the beauty about Filipino what's it called, recipes, is that you can, very much like Indian food, you can do whatever you want to your food as long as the base is still the same.
Yeah, I grew up next to a Filipino family, and the husband, he was actually retired from military, and he was I think it was half Filipino, half Black, African American, I believe. And I hope I didn't use that offensively to anybody.
No, I mean there's Black people that aren't African American. Okay.
But yeah. So and anyway, she would come over, and then she would invite us all away, and she would make some crazy cool food, and some stuff I didn't like, but they were some of the most amazing people I knew. You know what he did for a living? He pretty much drove around all of Kent and part of downtown Seattle, collecting cardboard, putting it in his trailer and his big old, I think it was like a 66 Chevy pickup truck with these big old racks on the back, and he would just recycle cardboard. And he got paid, obviously, enough to take care of him and his he had 5 kids, I think. 4 girls, 1 boy.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why
family. Great food.
That's funny.
Great food.
We've started doing something here where we're trying to minimize like our external impact in this world. So what we've done is we got a nice paper shredder, and we started to shred all the cardboard. And we're going to take that and we're going to end up putting it back into our garden. So we'll end up as like a filler. So we'll fill, if we get a new garden bed, we'll fill it full of mulch. We'll fill it full of the cardboard. We'll fill it full of just yard debris, sticks and stuff like that. And then you put the dirt on top, and then over time it'll continue to compost. It also helps that we have chickens, but the chicken excrement has to be composted or it'll burn. But we also have rabbits. So the rabbits, that can go straight into the garden and it won't burn. That is a lot of cardboard, Thomas. Yeah. Thomas in YouTube says Trina's going to start the first church. F Biden's nipples. Nope. So, what's everyone else doing this week? Any plans? Anything big?
So on
Tuesday,
we voted on a tax policy.
What's about tax policy on Tuesday? That's cool. That's cool.
Presenting it so y'all can vote on it if you want to keep it. The policy's done. We just want to know if you like it.
Presenting
people, yeah, to the public, so you guys can say, "I'm a billionaire and I don't appreciate being taxed at 94%," or "I'm a millionaire and I think 69% is too far." We want to hear from you.
Where are you presenting it?
On Zoom, and it'll be on Twitch as well. You can go to our events page and join the economy meeting, or you can watch from Twitch. If you missed the meeting, you can rewatch it on Twitch. But yeah, we're going through it. We did cut it down. It was 37 pages. Now it's 22.
So on Twitch, all of your all the live streams that you do on there just get reposted, so everyone can.
Yeah, everyone can watch.
Cool. Perfect.
Everyone can see everything I've ever said or done because we want you to track it. We want you to know what we're saying and doing.
Perfect. Anyone else? Anything else they're doing fun this week?
Rehearsing a show, a comedy for November.
I was also going to say butt stuff with a new person.
That's always fun.
That's always
Butt stuff with a new person. There you go.
Yes, I bought him a new butt plug, and it vibrates, and we've never tried it out. And so, like, that's happening this week as well. And then on Wednesday, I'm gonna go get an STI test with a different person. Excited.
Look at that.
Very eventful week.
Hell yeah. Gotta protect yourself.
Butt
Crystal
stuff.
Garcia on YouTube says, Jasmine, are you close to finding your VP?
So we met someone that I really like, and we're trying to see if they're interested. I did meet someone. They are a advocate for veterans right now, a health advocate. Really like them. So we'll see if they like us too.
Very cool. Thomas says, yay, butt stuff.
No, but for real, if you are a person that has a penis, please consider the anal region for some of your more sensual exploits. You'd be surprised what you find that you like when you let people go
on
back.
the male G-spot, fellas.
I agree, fellas. I agree.
Yep.
I will say I'm genuinely nervous about this appointment because it is the people that decide whether or not you get qualified for increased disability rating. So
I hope you get it, man.
I'm mitigating that.
Sending good vibes, Sean.
When's the meeting?
The appointment?
Oh, yeah, appointment.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Cool.
Sean, did we figure out transportation for that?
90 miles away, but tomorrow.
Yes, have we figured out the transportation for that?
Yeah, I've got the transportation. I'm fundraising later for the gas and the added expenses of everyone else using Ubers while I'm gone.
Cool.
We got kind of a plan, yeah.
Smoke.
Holy shit, good news. I'm gonna be a great aunt again. My niece just let me know this is her rainbow baby. She's lost 2, and she has one, lost another one, and now she has officially, she wanted to get into the second trimester before she made any kind of announcement. So she just messaged me all the photo. I'm gonna cry. I'm so happy. I'm so freaking happy. Okay,
that's so good. Congratulations. Very cool. Hey, Nick, I saw a really cool thing on TikTok about having like some cordage, some like natural fiber cordage, and they ended up taking a piece of bamboo and they hollowed it out so it's just a tube. And well, they use PVC, but I'm using the bamboo. But you can take anything that's hollow, and you basically take the cord, you melt some Vaseline, you throw the cord in the Vaseline, you stir it up, let it soak in, let it dry, and then melt some wax, and then put the cord in the wax, and let it kind of harden, and then straighten it out, and you have a wick that doesn't go out from wind, and you just stick that tube over the wick, you light it, and then when you want you want it extinguished, you just pull the tube over the flame and it extinguishes it. And I'm like, that is fantastic.
Wow.
But
That's awesome.
As an outdoorsy folks, I figured you'd get a kick out of that. But I'm like, that's
Yeah,
so
I might have to
cool.
look that up.
Oh
Sure,
yeah,
that
I might
is-
have to
that's
try.
pretty
I might have to buy a little section of cord or something, and then try it. But that's.
We actually we kind of have like a version of bamboo here. We call them cane poles. So it's not sugar cane or anything. There actually used to be funny thing is a lot of people used to actually have a lot of sugar cane around here. It's pretty crazy. But we do have them. They're like bamboo. We call them cane poles. A lot of people go fishing with them. So that would probably also because they're hollow on the inside. I wonder if I strip that, because I know a lot of people will use that and they will use the poles and they'll strip them and like build makeshift blinds out here with them. So I'm 100%. I could probably find a way to probably use the fibers of it for sure. And
what's the difference between cane poles and bamboo?
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know.
Cane poles are indigenous to the United States, and bamboo is not.
Okay, and then there it is.
Remember Pangea, mother flippers, Pangea.
Oh, for sure.
Let's see.
I wonder if cattail reeds would work too.
Ooh, you're kind of robot-y, but I think you said cattails might work too.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said reeds, like cattail reeds.
Oh, the reeds. Yeah. Interesting. I was really tempted. I have some small, it's like some cordage. It's like natural fiber cordage, but it's like real tiny. So I wonder if I could end up using something like that for like indoor stuff. That'd be kind of cool. Because we have some either bamboo or cane poles. I don't know which one is which. I'm going to figure it out. But
It's all bamboo.
it's all the same as bamboo. It's just different variations.
Yeah, it's just different variations.
Interesting.
All bamboo was brought into America from the East.
So there's cane poles are not indigenous here?
And I don't think bamboo is indigenous at all, any kind of it. But I could be incredibly mistaken.
Don't be mistaken. Let's just Google it.
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Both
And I was just
bamboo
wondering-
and cane belong to the grass family. I knew it was a grass, and it'll tear up your tools. I don't know if y'all have ever messed with it.
Tear up everything.
It'll tear up your tools. I destroyed a planer making a cutting board out of bamboo, and I call it my Frankenstein block because it made it, but it's got
this light green and then the regular big stuff. And I think the person grew it. The old man used to rent this duplex, and it was beautiful. But it
We used to
grew
grow
so
black
fast.
bamboo. It was gorgeous. It
Very
would come
fast.
up. Yeah, it would come up green, and then slowly over time, it would just turn this gorgeous black color. But it never got real fat like some of the other. But it looks like it all originated in China.
Interesting. 'Cause we have,
But
we
it
have a
was
small
brought over
patch.
probably by the Dutch or the Portuguese.
Interesting. So we have a small patch of either cane or bamboo, and it gets tall.
How fat does it get?
It doesn't get very fat. It stays to maybe maybe an inch, if that, round. But
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't. It's been here for as long as we've been here. So going on 7 years, and it's never gotten big. My neighbor has a bamboo forest that he's cultivated, and it's really cool. He keeps it maintained, but it's, you know, it's got massive bamboo stalks that are 20 25 feet tall. Mine go to maybe 12 feet, which is still tall.
I teach a kid when I take her home. We turn into a bamboo forest, and some of it is like as big around as your arm.
Yeah. Some of it get real girthy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. That's wild. I was trying.
And if you have it invading your yard, you know the trick to it? To keep it from invading is in the spring when it starts popping up, step on the shoots.
Interesting. I've always heard cover it. So take a tarp and cover it. That way it stops it from light. So it turns out I have cane poles. I don't have, maybe it's both, but mine are classified as cane poles.
Cane bamboo, yeah.
Yeah, cane bamboo. So there's more leaves going up the sides, whereas bamboo is more of a stalk, and then it sprouts.
Yeah.
So I have cane poles. So I have a shitload of cane poles. And I was trying to figure out, because it butts up right next to my creek. And I'm like, I know, I hate using chemicals. Y'all know I hate using chemicals. And I'm like, well, what the hell can I do? Like, if I go with, like, loppers, my forearms and arms are going to be sore as fuck, like, within the first 30 minutes, you know? So we ended up getting some cheap automatic, like, pruning shears. Squeeze a button, shears close. We hammered through those cane poles like nobody's business, and it's like one of the greatest purchases I've ever made. Loppers, and you just and like the whole forest just lays down in chunks, and I'm like, oh, thank God, because it just kept growing and growing and growing and growing. So yeah.
Actually, there is a difference. It's talking about the difference. Bamboo is stiffer and cane is easier to bend.
Yeah. So we plan on, once we cut down more, we're planning on taking that and weaving it around our garden. So we'll end up having basically
a good fence.
Yeah. So use what you have, folks. Use what you have.
You know, you ever need extra? A trip to Burgaw, North Carolina, in Pender County, and I swear you will find fields and fields of it. You just need a saw.
Nope.
Or you can come by my house and I can show you where a whole bunch of it is as well.
I know, right? It's
right behind the school, right down the street. It grows right behind the school down the street.
Does anyone else here in North Carolina, or I guess anywhere, everyone else have kudzu everywhere?
So the problem with the kudzu, I got to tell you what happened with the kudzu. So Alabama is currently infested because they went over to Japan and brought back that plant that was not indigenous to Alabama. The plant is an invasive species and it's spreading. So then the same group, and I'm convinced, I've told my staff, I'm convinced it's the same group of white dudes playing at the same backwards Japanese pool hall poker table. And every time they lose, they got to bring more shit over here because they got the kudzu. So then they were like, let's go back and get the bug that eats the kudzu.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? That's invasive too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they just went back and made a bad problem even worse.
Yeah, they thought it was a good idea. They were going to plant it on all the sides of the road.
Yeah.
To keep it from keep them from eroding.
Yeah.
And if your cow stands there long enough, it will cover them.
Say that. It'll trap a cow. Like if it falls asleep standing up and it's a good growth spurt, it'll wrap around the hoof and prevent it from moving. And the cow doesn't really panic. It'll just kind of stay there. And then it just keeps growing. It'll fall asleep and keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. You can cover it. You will not convince me that briar patches and kudzu and some of the other fast-growing vines, they do that on purpose. Because if it kills an animal, it lays right at the roots and it has nutrient.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of since it's Filipino American History Month. So Filipinos first actually are the first recorded Asians in America prior to America even being America. I think it was like 1568. There was a settlement in outside of New Orleans where they set up nipa huts and houses down there out in the marshes. And I think that's where the bamboo that originated from Asia came from. because they needed sturdy material that was going to last forever in down there. And then, of course, it being an invasive species in America, it just kind of went crazy. And actually, fun fact, tumbleweeds are actually also an invasive species.
Oh, really?
It comes from Israel.
I read that somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Bradford pears are also.
Yeah, Bradford pears are terrible.
They're horrible. They choke out everything.
Like growing up, my family was like, "Oh, I love Bradford pears," and I'm like, "Why? They always break during storms. They always smell like shit. They don't.
And they're ugly.
Anything. And I'm like, I just step in those little squishy balls when it's like time for fruit. Like what? I don't understand it. And
that's how my mom is, and she loves it. And I'm like, it's so ugly, Mama.
Yeah.
And then she's 87, so she argues with me about it being invasive. Yeah. But I don't see it anywhere else. Really? Put your glasses on, old lady.
I can smell it.
I do too.
I can smell it.
Let it get spring.
Tree. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let it get spring. All you see is white.
The trees that smell like cum.
What? Sorghum?
What?
No, never mind. No, so there every spring there's a tree that like every time it blooms, it smells like cum. It smells like shit, garbage. I don't know what you want. Yeah,
Are you talking about catalpa trees?
I think
catalpa trees stink bad. That's one of my favorite trees. They have
it's the white, the trees with the white blossoms.
Giant leaves, big white, beautiful flowers. Stink to high heaven.
And that's not the same.
They grow really tall.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, trees. I'm allergic. So everything, every time I'm like, spring comes along, I'm like, everything, we should have summer so everything could like die and just stop.
I'd rather it be more wintry year round. Because like in the summer, I can't get naked enough to get cold. I just can't. I
just barometric pressure would stay the same most of the time, because my joints ache on all the changes. Just pick something.
Yeah.
I'm too brown to be cold.
I'm too southern to be cold.
I refuse.
Nick has entered the chat.
That one I agree with. I am too southern to be damn cold, but I moved from Alabama. I lived in New York, one of the coldest places I've ever damn lived. And then I moved to Dallas. Was happy because it's hot here all the time. Then I moved to good old Smoky Mountains, Tennessee, where in the wintertime it fucking snows. Good job for me.
Yeah, the snow thing, man, it really gets on my nerves after a while.
Yeah, but I mean now like honestly, being here is still mild. These winters here are still mild compared to what like New York gets. 100%.
Oh God, yes.
I'm not complaining about that at all. I enjoy
it. Especially up in Albany.
Hey, yeah, were you upstate New York? That place ugly.
Cold, man. It's cold.
It's
I have a friend that lives in upstate and digs holes out.
Yep, haven't been to New York. Definitely on my wife's list.
In Montana, we have a joke that we have winter in July through August.
That's like Washington State. It pretty much rains 10 months out of the year, and you get a break for 2 months spread out.
Yeah,
I don't see how people do that. Just raining all the time.
I couldn't handle it. My body, I just didn't enjoy it anymore. Especially being a carpenter, always having to work in the pouring rain.
So is it true that statistic about Washington about high unaliving with themselves because of that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've only lived here in Texas 4 years now. I grew up in Washington my whole life, so yeah, Washington has changed dramatically, like insane. It's out of control now. It's democratically run a lot, but they've let like the whole tent city thing. Believe me, city when. But it's so I don't mind that kind of stuff as long as the people are not disrespectful. Like you look at the side of the freeway for 10 or 15 miles straight down there before you even get to downtown Seattle, and it's nothing but garbage. Tons garbage. Garbage. They don't even care. They'll just leave their tents. They'll leave all they'll drag a couch out there leave the couch, leave the tents, and move somewhere else. And
where do you want them to go?
They can't carry. They don't. How are they going to carry it all?
Where do you want them to go?
Well, yes,
My
you
son
can
was
carry your tent.
Like, hold on. Like, think about what you said though. That couch. They didn't walk into someone's house and steal that couch.
No. But what I'm
Somebody
saying is
who
they
owns that
brought the couch there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Somebody.
So why
who
can't they
had a
take the
house-
couch away?
You're missing it.
Waterlogged?
You're blaming the person who is using the garbage that was literally dumped on their doorstep for not relocating furniture they did not bring to that area. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what's happening.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they are how am I trying to put it? The people who are
killing this up.
The people who are underneath the freeway down there, which I have no problem if they want to live underneath the freeway.
Nobody wants to live underneath the freeway. Let's clarify that. Nobody wants to live under the freeway. They either are poor and can't get into housing, but nobody says, "Oh, this is where I'm going to build my McMansion." That's
true. I agree 100% on that.
My son was homeless for a year.
But
and when he got lucky enough to get some furniture, he couldn't take it away with him. What was he supposed to do? He had no car. All he could take was what he could take.
I just feel like, Mikey, you are delivering an opinion from a very privileged point, and I need you to take a couple steps back and think about it.
I lived homeless for a very long time because I had a very rough childhood.
Does that mean that you can't have forgotten? Because you just said you want houseless people to move.
What if it was abandoned because they were in the hospital or jail?
What
if they got run off from where they are?
Okay, I understand that part of it. I understand circumstances under circumstances. And that's not what I'm talking. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to any of that because, I said.
So then I'm going to give you a chance to get there because I'm real confused.
No, I'm just saying that I don't. What's going to happen to all that stuff?
Okay.
The trash that people who have housing took to where people who don't have housing. What are we going to do with those things? That the average person, what are you saying then?
Well, the only way I got that was abandoned.
Those homeless people are underneath all those places that they're living.
Do they offer them
like
garbage?
That? What I'm saying is, do they
receptacles
behind? Do they intentionally not plan to clean up?
Right. Yeah. I'm just wondering.
Here's where I'm confused. A person with a house took their trash.
No.
No. So you're saying that the houseless person,
the homeless people who decide to make this giant encampment underneath the freeway overpass.
Right. So you're saying that they got Ashley Furniture to deliver them a love seat and a sofa that they abandoned.
Need a truck to take it to the dump.
Just saying like garbage.
I'm just trying to.
Blue has her hand up.
Okay, go ahead. I don't understand the question.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, Gigi. That someone threw a couch or something out, and then a houseless person went and picked it up and brought it over to the overpass where they have their tent city. But you are still speaking from a very classist standpoint because you're talking about the very little bit of things that these people can put together to make it feel somewhat like a home for them because they don't have a house.
Yes.
So you're referring to it as garbage and trash, whereas to these houseless people, that's all they've got. The amount of people that are they're encampments because there are strength in numbers. Why would they separate? So all of those things that are also there, these are people that we're talking about. So
I'm saying when they're gone, when they leave that spot. When they leave that spot and go to a different one.
They don't
They don't voluntarily leave, though.
Well, hold on.
Usually they're run off from houseless.
If they're houseless, how can we assume that they have transportation? How can we assume that they have expendable money to get a trailer, to get gas,
No,
to move these
no,
things.
but what I'm saying, I'm not trying to address it as a problem. I'm saying how can we address that problem is what I'm trying to say. I don't say there's nothing negative about it. That's what I'm saying. I told her support. I give money to those people because I want to try to help them get food or something. That's what I'm saying is how can we address that problem?
We end houselessness.
Well, one way.
End houselessness.
Yeah. But the other thing I was going to say is here in Missoula, they have offered them garbage receptacles at the encampments, which has really helped. So now they have the really big ones, and the garbage people come in and take it out regularly, which has really helped with the garbage issue.
Is there a way to create jobs from it? I mean, like I would go help them. You know what I mean? If I was in that position to be there to help them all the time. I mean, is there a way
for that? I think the U.S. government should. U.S. government.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Kind of like getting insight on it.
They don't give a shit if you're homeless or houseless or not, because if they gave a shit about somebody being houseless, then they would let them vote. But you can't vote.
Well, in my town, if they're
take into account, another thing that people don't take into account is that when you are living in survival mode for a long period of time,
the phone
it actually affects your brain and shrinks it a little bit, so that your ability to think logically and to work through just basic day-to-day stuff gets affected by that. So, I mean, I think that a lot of the times you're dealing with people who are just not functioning on a full level anymore because they've been dealing with survival mode for so exceptionally long.
So don't get me wrong,
also, I think that we deal with these people, we treat them like animals, and it affects their personal sense of self over time as well. So these are the things that I've dealt with and seen, and yeah.
Okay. I just want to know if there was any good ideas that we could address, to help with that, or to what could we do? Because it's not like that here in Texas, like it was up in Washington State. And I tried to help out as much as I could. And I helped people move. I did, but it wasn't moving great distances. But I'm like, those people, I was exactly like you're saying, that's all they have is a couch. I understand that. How can we help aid that with, like
I said, one of the things we can do is we can make it so that being homeless is not a crime, and we instate things like garbage disposal systems, and and treat them humanely.
Yeah, being homeless should never be a crime, or
being homeless shouldn't exist. Like there's no such thing as being houseless.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Well, some places.
I hate to
go
say
ahead.
it, but I don't have a full day I can do this live stream. So I hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to put 15-minute timer on because I gotta go then. But Jasmine, if you wanna take over the Zoom, we can go to you and or whoever's available.
I'm supposed to do fun stuff today, so if you guys were interested in playing, some games, that would help me out with the people that say I don't take enough time for myself.
I can't figure out the Zoom thing on my phone, so I can't raise my hand or anything. So I think I'm gonna get out and see if I can figure out how to get it on my laptop.
Okay.
Okay.
But if you go to your phone, while you're on your phone, look for the bottom buttons that say more. There should be 3 dots, more. Like you have a button that's an icon to speak, a video camera button, and you might have something that says more. Do you see that?
Yeah, no, that's what's bothering me is it's not coming up at all.
Oh, it might be frozen. That's different. Okay, can't help it.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. More. There we go. Maybe I turned it the right direction finally. Okay, look, I feel so much smarter now. Thank you. You're my hero.
Trina.
So I know back to the homeless thing, there are a few people that's actually down the street from me. They actually are known homeless people in the area. where there's cars that go up to them. They know them by name. It's actually a group of them. And to piggyback off of, I forgot her name, I'm sorry, someone who said that they give them trash receptacles, because it was like when I first moved in the area, they used to trash everywhere. And now they have it to where they have a garbage can. The county provides a garbage can for them. And then also they have their like tent and everything put to the side. So usually the cops will tell them like, just keep it a little neat. They'd be, you can't control homelessness. I mean, I own a couch. I own my couch. I paid for it. If I was ever to be in a situation where I would be homeless, I would try to figure out a way to bring that couch into an area where me and my kids can sleep. It's not to be disruptive. I just want my kids to be comfortable and to figure out our living situations. And I think that's something we have to understand. Homelessness can happen at any time. We all can be in a situation where we lose a paycheck or two. This is America. And we can we can be on the street. And it's just, it's an unfortunate situation, but I know that there's people that look at that and say it's trash, but it's their stuff.
Well, I didn't mean it that way. I meant as in how can we address it after it becomes that point? You know what I mean? As in to help them with that. I mean, there's got to be something more we can do. And
is it for a home
but I address the homelessness is the actual issue.
I mean, it's really uncomfortable because like even when I drive through my neighborhood, I see piles of stuff from people, the homeless community, and I feel awful by me saying, God, it looks so bad. Like it does look bad. I feel awful for saying that, but I also remind myself I could be in that same situation because of inflation, because I have no family here. Some people are just not fortunate enough to come up with $2,500 of rent that I'm paying each month. So it's just a lot. But back to what I was saying before. I've noticed that some cops, like they'll come over and speak to the homeless people in my neighborhood, and they will tell them like, we'll put a garbage can here, clean up behind yourself. If your tent is going to look like that, just so that they can have a space. And I hate that we have to say that, but it's just everyone deserves a house, period.
Yeah, I'd take a whole bunch of land to build a whole bunch of tiny homes to help,
Yeah, if the government actually wanted to help, they wouldn't be putting benches out there that prevent people from laying down on them. They wouldn't be installing posts or spikes or bumps in houseless people's areas, because even in downtown in North Carolina, I'll see benches that are not meant for you to lay down on.
Yep.
They drive them out. They recently redid a city park here that was a sort of turned into like an encampment, and they walled off the entire park, kicked everyone out, walled off the entire park, and renovated it. Looks great.
Can I just say?
They gentrified it.
Where do people go? Where do they go? Charlie.
Can I just say real quick to the thing about the tiny homes is we don't need tiny homes. There's 13.9 million empty homes in America and 656,000 homeless people. So there's enough to home everybody 13 times.
I just want to say
better communal living.
What a slap in the face it must be to be a houseless person and have the county that you live in say, here's some garbage cans, clean up your shit. That's the most disgraceful thing I've ever heard in my life, especially here in the United States, where what Smoke just said is so true. There are homes. I have an abandoned house across the street from me. It's been abandoned since I moved here.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
It's ridiculous that they would say to these people who are living on the street, here's a garbage can, clean up your shit. What about here's a home, here's some place to live, here's a job, help clean up the streets? Like, it's ridiculous to me. It's the most disgusting display of privilege I have ever seen that you would hand a homeless person a garbage can instead of helping them not be homeless.
Well, that's sort of on par with when people had to steal for surviving. They had to steal for surviving, and then the small misdemeanors became felonies.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I'm gonna say one thing. Like out here, Cott County and Sevier County, when it comes to the houseless people, you know what they do around here, especially in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and Sevierville. If they find out that you are houseless or you try and go somewhere, like there's no shelters out here for houseless people. What they do is they take the people that they do find houseless out here, and they basically bust them over into Knoxville.
Okay. Yep.
Especially Sevier County, because they don't want the tourists to see the actual homeless or the houseless problem around that we have around here, because you know a lot of the residents are getting kicked out of their homes that actually have lived here for decades and decades on end because of these cabins starting to come in. So they're just literally kicking them and busting them.
So basically, they're human trafficking.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I just want to.
So, what was that? Oh God, I had a point. I'm sorry. Everybody else can go ahead. Let me just try to remember what happened.
We'll circle back to you after Sarah. Sarah.
Sarah, you on mute?
She is muted.
Give her a sec.
I know. Boomer, leave me alone.
It's all good. It's all good. We're all learning. We're always
It's
always
so
learning.
hard not to be one though. But in around here in Wilmington area, if they find them, they run them off. If they're under the bridges, if they catch them under the bridges, they run them off. They don't give them time to pick up anything. It's just get out of here.
Yeah.
And then if they find that they have encampments and woods and different places like that, in short order, they'll have the woods pulled down.
That's
gone.
I was just about to
for
say
no
that.
other reason.
They ran a bulldozer through an encampment right around the corner from where I live. They had a little spot, nice little spot in the woods, and they bulldozed that, just the guts of that little section, and they just left it.
Yep.
And now trees are starting to grow again. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They didn't even clean up the mess. They just covered it with dirt. And the trees.
And it's like,
and that's kind of what I was issuing with.
And they act like it matters to them, but all they're really worried about, because if they cared, they'd go out and they'd help people, and they'd help people understand how to build fires and how not to catch fire, and allow them to do the things that they're doing, but they don't. They just run them off
or even
in
more
case.
Than that, just give them a fucking home. Give them a chance.
Give them a place to live.
Give them a home.
Yep.
Tenshi, did you remember?
So it really gets my goat. I live here in California, and that whole everything with the Greyhound therapy, with what's it called? Honestly, it's like we're trying to do our best here in California with what we got. Sometimes when especially the different counties, they handle, the houseless. But what's really upsetting to me is watching all of these retirement communities pop up. Like there's a whole entire section, when I'm going down to my parents, where it's like, oh, housing for 65 plus. And I was like, well, why don't we just give those to the houseless? And,
they don't have money to pay for it.
It's so expensive. And it sucks. And I'm like, we can do it. We have a surplus in our budget here in California. Why can't we do this? And also, so the street that a lot of the houseless encampments are it's called Watt Avenue, and because it's where a lot of the industrial parks are, we actually have what's it called, a dump also along that area. So it's just seeing the houseless, and it's just like, there are a lot of empty homes right now. What the hell? So being in California, I'm like, it's upsetting. And then at the same time, it's like, actually, after the whole, what was it? After the whole, it was the Joe Rogan thing. When Joe Rogan came out, like, oh, why don't you just, kill the homeless? And yeah.
I didn't hear that.
It was like, oh, either,
But that's what they're trying to do anyway. Let's not pretend putting up anti-houseless architecture, removing all of their resources, making it illegal for people to give them money and or food isn't sentencing those people to death.
So actually soon after, it was a couple days after that was said, we actually had a houseless person that was shot on a different road. And it was like, excuse me, why couldn't you be like I'm sorry, this gets my goat, because I see the houseless people here in Sacramento. They're kind of everywhere in the suburbs. They're actually they're everywhere. And it sucks because also COVID didn't help out as well, because people were out of jobs, they were kicked out of their homes, and then just like trying to find, all of these things. And then also knowing at the same time that like trailers that they use, the RVs and stuff, those are considered toys here in California. And that upsets me even more, because now all of these toys are being locked up behind whatever, and not being given to whoever needs it. So a lot of the things here in California irritate the crap out of me. Like, wow. I think near where I live, they have been arguing back and forth about a compound about 45 minutes from here, 45 minutes from where I live, about how to build, where to build, the budget of a houseless community to give them homes. Mind you, they're still arguing about it, and it's been years. When COVID started, they're like, oh, we're going to get this done next year. It's still not there. Yeah. So just, sorry. Okay, I'm done. I'm done ranting.
I was going to say, I think... I was going to say, and it sounds like Jasmine's plan actually would address a lot of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It would, because providing that basic income and housing, that should be part of. I mean, the whole right to life, liberty, and whatever pursuit of happiness, or whatever we want to deem, just living. You should be able to have a home. That should be part of living. People can't live that well without a home, especially if you're in upstate New York, homeless, and there's 3 feet of snow that just came down overnight.
Yeah.
So.
Or Texas, where you can't get a break.
Or Texas, where it's so hot you got sunburn.
You have to have water, and yet you can't find water.
Yeah. So
there's whole forgotten towns in the United States that are unpopulated. That whole houseless people communities could already occupy, and they're arguing about where to build one when there's literally whole cities empty.
Yeah, I know, it's horrible.
Well, I hate to say it, my timer went off.
All right.
Does anyone have anything they'd like to add for one last minute?
Love you guys all. Love all you.
Would you guys be mad if I just took my dog to the dog park and did Zoom with you without games?
Roll with it.
Or we could meet on Tenchi's TikTok.
Yeah. I'm gonna go live to so that I can just stop distracting myself with work. So I'm just probably gonna play some music and we can all just jam out and whatnot. So yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna go to your live because my staff really wants me to take a day off. They're pissed at me. So I have to leave my house and go to a dog park for an hour or two to look like a human. So I would be on 10 Cheese Live.
So we also,
You don't treat
for
yourself
everyone that's
like a
able to
human.
be in the Discord, we also have a music channel now too. So if you join the music channel, just type /play, and then you can either use your finger or your cursor, depending on mouse or phone.
At this
And then you can
point,
go to
I might.
search, and then you can find any song that you want and upload it to a set list. So everybody in the Discord can help add to this list. So we plan on doing that on Fridays. Wednesday I should be back in the good graces of the asshats. I'm sorry, I meant the TikTok moderators. So yeah, I should be back in the
You
good
wanna
graces.
have a live
So Friday
before?
we're
Let
gonna
me
have
know.
Friday we're gonna have a vibe chill mental health break something day where we're all gonna
Sounds good to me.
contribute to the playlist in our Discord, and I'll stream it on Discord. Sadly, YouTube, I can't play any music on there. That's the only downfall, is that if I play songs, I'll get copyright violations.
Yeah.
So
I could always stream it on mine after we're all done on Friday and we're all just chatting and putting exclamation point Trina all all over the music. Honestly, that was like one of the biggest conversations on Friday, was talking about those nipples.
That was so funny. And I'm so
I missed that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daddy.
And if anybody feels, like looking at my TikTok page and liking my poetry, I'd really appreciate it. I haven't gotten any likes on it, and it's kind of making me feel bad.
Okay, yeah. What is your TikTok name?
I was gonna say I honestly don't know how to find any TikTok.
Which person?
Oh, that guy's
Tunnel Vision.
I love poetry.
I love you guys.
I
Love
write
you guys.
poetry.
Honestly, y'all make me happy.
Thank you.
Trina, you want to ride with us to the dog park?
I gotta work.
On Columbus Murderous Day? You shouldn't have to work on Indigenous Peoples Day, though.
I know, but I gotta work.
Even if your power goes out, you still gotta work because the neighbor next door accidentally hit the pole.
I would have to. I just ran up the steps. I'm so out of damn shape. It's ridiculous.
No, you not. You know how you out of shape? You be like, I peed on myself and I can't stop coughing. That's how you know you out of shape.
Yeah, that's
you
me
can
when I get to the
breathe
third
and
floor of my
talk.
apartment.
That is so funny.
That's how
me.
you know you out of shape. You
My
sitting
kids
down,
are like,
I don't
"Can
hear
you
no
breathe?"
wheezing. I don't see no sweat on your skin. Your breastises are not moist looking. And I forgot to tell y'all though, Trina got a big old house.
Okay.
Ew.
No, I
got a teeny tiny apartment. Can I
Whether
go with
you
you,
rent
Trina?
it or not, that it's in your possession and that shit is big.
It was supposed to be in my parents, but my father, because he wants to be a whore like Herschel Walker, hits the streets. It's supposed to be for all of
minute.
And my parents are supposed to sell their house. So, but they dropped the ball on me. So it's just me and my two kids. I don't need this big ass house. I wish
But
every
I
day.
can come move in. Let me know.
I was gonna say, I'll come move in. I will be your kid's other grandma.
I would love it.
Now listen, if y'all building a community at Katrina House, I just need y'all to put my plate in the mailbox. I can't go in because there's a lot of kids and we done got this problem with the next door neighbors. But if you put my plate in the box, I'll be good.
They should be used to it. When I first moved here, they had like 2 pizzas delivered to them. So they should be freaking used to it.
Right?
All right, y'all.
So I told y'all I gotta go.
Love you.
Sign off.
Get me.
I will see y'all tomorrow. It will be the normal length of time, starting
Bye,
at
y'all.
10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in North Kakalaki. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
I'll be
have a
at
good
school
day.
then.
Thank you all for joining.
Until next
Much
time.
love to all y'all. Happy Indigenous Folks Day.
Happy
Fuck the rest.
Indigenous People Day.
We're not doing that.
I'm making my mission to make sure
Trina,
I
that
put
was for
something about
you.
Indigenous people every hour on TikTok.
Bye.
Right,
Those
y'all.
are some nice
Love
nipples.
y'all.
I can't wait to see Tensions live. Bye, y'all. Bye, Mel.
Bye.
Bye, Sid.